Props and Locks on Fox 10 is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more.
Welcome into Props and Locks, presented by FanDuel. I'm Sierra Santos. 8 teams remain in the NFL playoffs and just 7 games left on the season, and we are combing through the divisional round matchups. And in order to do that, we need to bring in some expertise, and that's where we find our Ben Stevens, host of the Morning After on Sports Grid. And Ben, let's start with the NFC. The Packers are the overall favorite right now to win the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay got to kick back, watch Super Wild Card Weekend unfold. On the other hand, Niners survived their tilt in Dallas. Rodgers is 0-3 against San Francisco in the postseason, and on Saturday, the key to the Niners getting the upset and making it 0-4 is going to be the rushing attack, right or no. If you're not willing to take San Fran at plus 200 on the money line, do you least like them to cover the spread?
Well, that spread has been moving slightly. It opened at 5.5 in favor of the home team at Lambeau Field in the Green Bay Packers. Came down very briefly, Sierra, to 4.5 in favor of Green Bay, up to 6, now back to 5.5 where it stands. It's a big number. In fact, the biggest of the entire divisional weekend for Green Bay to cover. But this is now 3 straight road games for San Francisco. Their season on the line in the regular season finale against the Rams. They come back, they win. They hold on at the very bitter end against the Dallas Cowboys to go on the road to Lambeau to win another one. I'm not sure it happens, and I don't know if they can cover even that 5.5 point spread.
It's a hard place to play, even when it's not the postseason. But I want to get to some props. Anytime touchdowns. You got Devontae Adams at minus 140, Aaron Jones minus 110, George Kittle plus 195, and Brandon Ayuk plus 260. Is there anyone that you absolutely love here?
Gotta love the shout out to the former Sun Devil and Brandon Ayuk, but I would not go there with the plus 260, although the value could make a case. We don't pay minus 140 for Devontae Adams, although he did have 11 receiving touchdowns in the regular season. A name not listed there is the man that can do everything. Deebo Samuel at minus 105 to find the end zone against Green Bay. He has scored in 8 of the last 9 games for the San Francisco 49ers at minus 105. Not a bad price on Deebo Samuel, who has been a huge feature of this Niners offense.
And we're just going through some of the most popular props. And of course, the next most popular would be passing yards, right? Jimmy G's over-under sits at 243.5. Aaron Rodgers, 265.5. Do you lean either way on these?
Sierra, it's so nice of Mally, your producer, to include Jimmy G's passing yards prop, because I'm not sure anybody is going to bet an over on that one. Also strained his shoulder in the win over the Dallas Cowboys in the second half. Aaron Rodgers can certainly go over 265 and a hook, but I'm not sure he needs to for the Packers to win. So I would avoid the passing yards prop for this game between Green Bay and San Francisco.
Love the advice. Okay, the Buccaneers trying to run it back. They easily took care of the Eagles, rattling off their 5th straight playoff victory. And now they host the Rams, who embarrassed the Cardinals on Monday night. So, yeah, they're playing on a short week. But finally, Rams QB Matthew Stafford got that monkey off his back. He got the first playoff win of his career. So Stafford and his squad, 3-point underdogs heading into Tampa Bay. The Bucs offensive line a little banged up, which when you're facing Aaron Donald, that is not the best news. So Tom Brady and his boys, 3-point favorites. Money line over under set at 48.5.
Yeah, when you look at this, we have seen this matchup already once in the regular season, back in week number 3, also in Tampa Bay. The Rams going on the road as an underdog and winning outright against the Buccaneers. The Bucs have only lost 1 game at home all year. It was that week 3 matchup against the Rams. I love the Rams getting the points here. It's an interesting spread where it stands at 3. I'm not sure it moves all that much, because if it comes down to 2.5, I think it's bet back up on Tampa Bay. It's going to be a great game in which Matthew Stafford has 1 career playoff victory. I think Tom Brady now has 35 career postseason victories. So a wonderful quarterback comparison for Sunday.
Yeah, it's like 197. All right. If you're cooking up a parlay for this weekend, who do you like for an anytime touchdown?
When you're looking right there at Cooper Kupp, a much better price than it was last week heading into Monday Night Football against Arizona. It was minus 175, and of course, Cahooper, as we like to call him, found the end zone. Minus 135, a much much better price now on Cooper Kupp. I would keep an eye on Sony Michel. It's going to have a decent amount of value in this market, but he's still featured as a goal line back for Los Angeles. That would be my attention in the anytime touchdown scoring prop market for this game between the Bucs and the Rams.
And do you take the over or under on Brady or Stafford?
Oh, look at those. Those are some juicy numbers. In the first time we saw them in week 3, both quarterbacks going well over these props. Tom Brady threw for 423 yards. Matthew Stafford threw for 384. I think if the Rams want to win, Stafford has to go over.
All right, we covered the NFC. We still got to get to the AFC. Plus, a little bit later on, we are getting Ben's best bets of the week. We're back after a quick timeout.
Welcome back to Props and Locks, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook.
The Super Wildcard Weekend wasn't so super if you're a Cardinals fan, but on the bright side, we still have football, and the divisional round is providing some must-watch television. Let's talk about it, Ben. A pick'em game. Josh Allen and the Bills absolutely manhandled the Patriots in sub-zero attempts. The Chiefs took care of the Steelers, looking for their 4th straight trip to an AFC championship game. Kansas City is a 1.5-point favorite, minus 126 on the money line, and an over-under of 54.5. Ben, I got to know, is this spread a little too close for comfort for you?
The shortest spread of the entire weekend, the highest total of all of the divisional round. It should be, according to the odds, the best football game we may have seen all season long. Too short, but it makes sense. I think Buffalo gives KC a very good test on Sunday night in Arrowhead.
Let's get to anytime touchdowns. And the one that is catching my eye, Josh Allen at plus 145.
It is a very good number on Josh Allen, who has utilized those legs in a very attractive way the last couple of weeks. A dynamic ground game now for Buffalo. Plus 145 for Josh Allen on an RPO keeper or a QB sneak. I think that's pretty good value.
Okay, passing props. With the Bills' defense, do you see Patrick Mahomes going over in passing yards?
He could. He certainly could. An area I would look at Patrick Mahomes is his passing touchdowns prop at 2.5. He has gone over that number in 5 of 7 home playoff games so far in his career. That would be the area I look, with a very large total at 53 and a hook.
The Bengals fresh off their first playoff win in 31 years, knocking off the Raiders in a nail-biter. They traveled to Nashville, where the Titans enjoyed a first-round bye after snagging the top seed in the AFC. Titans are 3.5-point favorites and minus 180 on the money line.
Return of the King. The King, Derrick Henry, should be back for this Tennessee offense, and it's a very interesting number at 3.5. It opened at that key number of 3, the field goal number in favor of the Titans. It's moved up slightly. Tennessee having home field advantage as the number 1 overall seed feels like an afterthought in the AFC. I wouldn't be so sure to look right past Tennessee.
Let's talk about Derrick Henry, right? Because he's minus 185 for an anytime touchdown. Are you confident that he's going to get in the end zone in his first game back?
The FanDuel Sportsbook is minus 185 for a guy who hasn't played since week number 8 of this NFL season. But it makes sense. He had 10 rushing touchdowns in 8 games this year. You need to put it at minus 185. Sierra, he finished in the top 10 in rushing yards in the NFL this year, and he only played 8 games. So minus 185, although I would never pay that, does make sense for the King.
Okay, so how about the passing props for Burro and Tannehill?
The one on Joe Burrow looks very enticing. And again, you would think based on the structure of this game, the game flow, the game script, Joe Burrow has to go over 278.5 for the Bengals to remain competitive. Tennessee, the second best rushing defense in the NFL, will be hard for them on the ground.
All right, we've done the props. We're going to get to the locks, or the bets that Ben's feeling. We've got his best bets of the week coming up after the break.
Welcome back to Props and Locks, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Thanks for staying up late with us on Props and Locks. We went heavy on the props, and this is where Ben Stevens gives us the good. Ben, you aren't alone on this one. You like the Rams +3. Why?
Sierra, it's the number. That 3 is very, very key. I think LA keeps this game tight. As an underdog this year, just twice they won outright in both games. So maybe a money line sprinkle. But at worst, with the number of 3, you have the possibility of pushing in a tight game that could be decided by that field goal.
Okay, but on the flip side, you're all about the over on pass attempts for TB12.
Oh, very much so. He is averaging nearly 43 passing attempts per game at the age of 44. The Rams have a very good rushing defense. Tampa throws it the most in the NFL. I expect a lot of passing attempts for the GOAT on Sunday.
And then Deebo Samuel, anytime touchdown. That is your last one. Take me through why.
The price is great, minus 105. Deebo can do everything for this Niners offense. He has scored in 8 of the last 9 games, whether it's receiving or rushing. Deebo Samuel finds the end zone on Saturday.
Ben, you're still our betting bestie. And don't forget to check the lines on your FanDuel app. Same time, same place next week. Until then, take it easy.